Unity of the Huachucas presents Reverend William Gill.
Where the Sun Shines.
Hey, fear, I don't listen to you anymore. You don't take me anywhere. Hey, pain, I don't listen to you anymore. You don't take me anywhere. And if you want to know where I'm going where the sun shines. When I invited my now wife Silvana to move with me, to come to Tucson and move in with me, of course with a hidden agenda of asking her to marry me, she sent me a song, and the lyrics of the song said those very words. A song by a Brazilian, because she's from Brazil, a Brazilian band called Jota Quest. And since then I've become a huge fan of Jota Quest. I'm collecting their music, I collect music. But the lyrics of that song have special meaning for me for two reasons. One, because she said to me, I'm going where the sun is, which meant to be with me. And the lyrics also say, and it was a great reminder as I listened to the music, which is also great music in itself, fear doesn't take you anywhere. Pain doesn't really take you anywhere. And we need to go where the sun shines, and besides Arizona, that's a great metaphor for where the light is. Fear used to have a place in our spiritual evolution. Fear was a signal that we needed safety. Pain used to have a place in our spiritual evolution. Pain used to signal that healing needed to take place. But how about knowing what to do to be saved without being stuck in fear? And how about knowing what to do not to feel emotional or even physical pain without being stuck in the feeling of the physical pain? We tend to become addicted to fear, and we tend to become addicted to pain. And fear is not there to stay with you. Fear is only there as a signal that you may need to find a more safe situation, a safer situation. And pain is not there to be stuck in pain. Pain is there as a reminder that we need to do some things to heal. But healing is what the point is, not the feeling of pain. And seeking safety, that's what we need to do, is the point of it, not being stuck in the fear. Again, fear and pain used to have a place in our spiritual evolution. I am not discarding them. They are very important tools in our spiritual and physical makeup. But they are there as a signal, not as the way of life. Without passing judgment, but to tell true stories, I've had people that tell me, my mother died 12 years ago, I'm still in pain. And I try my best to be professional, but I'm thinking, get over it. She's having a great time somewhere else. What about you? Are you having a great time where you are? Or I've had this knee that doesn't heal for the last 15 years. Do something about it. Because wallowing in your aching knee or wallowing in the passing of a loved one is not doing anything for you. It is not taking you anywhere, and it is keeping you away from the light. There was a woman named May Rowland. She was the director of Silent Unity, that is Unity's prayer ministry, for 55 years. She started shortly after high school and she quit in her 80s. 55 years director of Silent Unity. And if you haven't called Silent Unity for prayer yet, you need to. And she wrote a book titled Dare to Believe. And in that book, she says, most fears take to their heels if we do something about them. Most fears take to their heels if we do something about them. I like how she writes it, take to their heels. Fears will walk away if you decide to deal with them. Pain will walk away if you decide to deal with it. And we can. Trouble is, one of the greatest, if not the greatest industry in our nation and in the world is not pharmaceuticals, it's not real estate, it's not Bitcoin, it is the industry of fear. And many people are out there wanting to keep you in fear as a way to get you to do what they want, which usually involves buying something. Even some industries that used to be forbidden. I work in the aviation industry besides ministry, and you never saw any fear-based advertisements or anything. Now you do. If you don't buy our insurance, you're going to crash and die, and your wife will be left without money. It's like, seriously? Why are we using fear as the drug to sell people things? Oh, I know why. Because it works. And it works because we are receptible to fear. If anybody tells you something that makes you upset, it's because you believe it's true. And if you don't want to be upset with it, stop believing it's true. Or you're too short. Oh, you believe you're too short. So the change that we want to see needs to come from within. Because as long as we are receptors for fear, there will be somebody that wants to dish it out for us. And as long as we're receptors for pain, there will be pain to be had. And only you can change that. If you want to. It's up to you. Along those lines, it breaks my heart. It breaks my heart when I see so many people in our nation and in the world trying to solve their own problems by treating other people with indignity and disrespect. People are trying to solve their own problems by treating other people with indignity and disrespect. Or even teaching that as a way of life. And that will only work when you believe it. And you will believe that you deserve that indignity and that disrespect when you are harboring fear and emotional pain. So if you want to put a stop to it, I do. I want to know. If you want to put a stop to it, the way to do that, the spiritually based way to do that, is to work on eradicating our own fears. And to work on eradicating our own emotional pain. Because if you're aching, you're too busy to see the truth about things. Our founding fathers had something to say about that. And I'm not going to read to you what it says there, you can read it, but I'm going to ask you a question. Why are we looking the other way? That is one of the greatest spiritual statements I've ever read in my life. Why are we not honoring that? Why are we not honoring that at home, between us? Why are we not honoring that in our communities, our neighbors? Why are we not honoring that in our nation and in the world? That's what it's all about. And you're going to convince me, you, the metaphorical you, is going to convince me that I don't need to do that if I have fear within myself. But if I can stand up to my own, because I am free of fear, I am free of pain, I have energy to do what I need to do, I can say, you can tell me what you want, but I'm going with that. In more traditionally Christian groups, we have the phrase, what would Jesus do? Would Jesus do that? He did! 2,000 years ago. He said we're all created equal and we deserve to treat each other with dignity and respect. You know, different language, but if you translate it the right way, that's what Jesus said. And then our founding fathers, a bunch of years ago, said it again. And while I am no Jesus or no founding father, I'm here to remind you. We all have the inalienable right to be happy, to be well, to be prosperous, to be loved, and to live without fear. There is something called embedded theology. Embedded theologies are the beliefs that we carry that were put inside of us in childhood. And they are still surfacing up when we least expect them. I, for one, went to a Catholic school my whole childhood until I graduated from high school. I received great training, great care from Catholic priests in the Catholic school I went to. I owe a lot of my makeup to them. Yet, they said some things that are not so cool that are still within me. They told me that, for example, Jesus died in the cross and he bled for me. And that I would need to bleed as well to pay Jesus back. And I would lay there at night thinking, how is it going to happen? Car crash, gunshot wound, earthquake, rubble. How am I going to bleed for Jesus? Because I owe him that one. And to this day, my 60s and a bunch of degrees behind me, I'm still sometimes in that place of, do I still owe Jesus because I haven't bled that much? My mother, she was a loving woman. She did a lot for me to make sure I survived my early birth, etc. But she also told me, Billy, everything is hard work in this life. And so anytime that I want to accomplish something, there is that voice back there saying how hard it is going to be and how hard I will need to work to get halfway there. Does it need to be that way? No. Things don't need to be hard. But if you believe they're hard, they're hard. That which you believe is that which you will see in the world around you. And that which you believe has been implanted in you a long time ago. And it's time to start cleaning house. It's time to start getting rid of it. Because it is there. It is implanted. It is under the ground of your psyche, waiting to come out. And those people that want to treat you with indignity and disrespect are capitalizing on those embedded beliefs that we have. So this whole thing of healing, of no more fear, no more pain, no more manipulation, begins in the dungeons of our psyche. And that's where the work is. That's where the real work is. Because we need to heal the beliefs of our embedded theology. And if you get past the language, and if you get past the bad translations, and if you get past the misdirected spiritual teachings, you will find that Jesus and all of his buddies, that's what they said. They said, go inside, in the silence, clean up inside, and it will come well from the inside to the outside. Goodness doesn't come from the outside to your inside. Goodness comes from your inside to your outside. And the place to start doing our work is deeply, deeply, deeply inside of ourselves. So, I'm a teacher in more than one capacity. I'm going to give you homework. At the church where I do most of my work, they started calling it home practice because homework sounds like work. Baloney. But I'm going to be cool and be with the times, so we're going to call it home practice. And here's your home practice. The home practice is to meditate 10 minutes each day. In meditation, ask that it be revealed to you what behaviors and what beliefs no longer serve you. 10 minutes in the silence. No chance. 10 minutes in the silence. Ask, tell me, Spirit, what beliefs and behaviors I need to know no longer serve me. And then write it down after meditation. Write down each day what came up for you. At the end of the week, take all those papers, read them, tear them up, put them in the trash. In fact, we're going to extend that bonus homework, if you choose to accept it. Start having ceremonies where you physically get rid of something that symbolizes a belief or a behavior that you no longer want. Identify physical things that no longer work for you, their meaning no longer works for you, and put them in the trash. And that would be an exercise to emotionally put in the emotional trash all the beliefs and behaviors that no longer serve you. And maybe another day we'll come back and I'll do the same talk, and you and I will sing, I'll play my instrument, and you sing that song in Portuguese. And in Portuguese, you tell them, hey fear, I don't listen to you anymore because you don't take me anywhere. And hey pain, I don't listen to you anymore because you don't take me anywhere. And if you want to know where I'm going where there is light, where there is love, where there is health, where there is prosperity, where the sun shines, and where my wife is waiting for me. I love you.